We realize this is a bit of a stigmatized topic, but we invite you to keep an open mind here.
I mean, we're all adults. We all have sex, okay? If you don't like it, leave now. We warned you.
We warned you. And let's go. Hi, Tokyo Tops. No, it's your turn.
Hi, Tokyo Tops.
Why did you do this?
I don't know.
Pinching your nipple?
No.
Hi, Tokyo Tops.
So today it's something that Andrew always wanted to talk about. That's the
Yes.
whole reason that he started this channel.
It's not the whole reason I started this
To
channel.
introduce the nastiest
Nastiest topics as
aspect of
possible.
gay life in Japan. So Hatemba. This word we mentioned several times on this channel already. Hatemba actually is something new to me. Like,
Oh, you're such a liar. You're such a liar. So Hatemba is the easiest way to translate it. It's a bathhouse.
a place that gay people have intercourse
Yeah.
with random people.
Not always though. It's Maine. They can go with their significant other to a bathhouse, but they only stay together.
Okay.
Yeah, but I would say it's correct to think that most of the people there don't know each other.
It's a venue.
It's a venue for people to have sex.
Yeah.
One of the things that I think is very interesting and different from like Canada and England and places I've seen, they have these like key wristbands. Yeah, so you have your locker key, and depending on where you put it, it shows whether you're a top or bottom, versatile. Even some places it'll show like, I don't want to do any anal, I'll do everything else.
Question, do you remember?
Yes, so you have left is bottom, right is top. And then this is where it gets confusing, is because some places for the ankle can be versatile, but some places also have a fourth thing of like no anal.
With this like indication, people can understand each other's position very quickly. So it saved them from have to again confronting with another person, like asking verbally, like what are you?
So, bathhouse etiquette here, one thing that stood out to me was nemachi. There are cubicles, they're like little tiny rooms where people have sex, and people will go in them and then pretend to sleep. But the thing is they're actually waiting to be hit on or to be approached.
So basically, they're just like crocodiles and like sitting in the dark water.
I had friends actually come visit me from Toronto, and they went to a quite famous Hatemba. And they came home and I was excited to hear about their story. And then they're like, oh no, it was so boring. Like everyone was sleeping and they didn't know what to do. They just walked around and they're like, what's the whole point? And then it was like, boop, like in my mind, I was like, of course, like we don't have that in at least Canada. And meanwhile, it's like, no, they were waiting for you, like a crocodile.
They're just being like passive aggressive.
Yeah.
Do you remember that guy we met in Chinese bar? Like that guy. He was the first person took me to Hatemba because I was super drunk. We were drinking in Ichome. I was like dead drunk. So I'm like this. And he's like, oh, let me take you to a place to rest. And he took me to the Hatemba. The music was like really Japanese, like clubby music. And I was just like laying on the sofa. And instantly there was like some guys and just play my anus.
Well, did you follow like over like this?
Yeah, I was not even.
And then they're just like
no, I was not even in the
the playroom.
Playroom.
Inside your underwear?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he was just like, but I couldn't do anything because I was
so
dead drunk.
And that's not a nice story.
Sad or happy story, the person can decide. So,
okay, sure.
Yeah.
Okay,
so
you decide.
So tell me your most nasty story at the Hatemba.
There was this really weird, it was not even a full Hatemba. It was like a bar that people fondled each other at.
Wait, where was that?
That was the place that we went to.
Okay.
You remember, right?
Yeah, I remember.
Over in east side of Tokyo.
East side, yeah.
They had this event where like downstairs you were drinking, and upstairs on the roof, it was summer, so it was warm. Upstairs on the roof, they had kiddie pools, 3 of them. And one of them had water in them, and then the other one on the other side was full of lube. And then the one in the middle was like a place where you kind of rinsed off. This is something I've never thought about at that time. I was like, do I want to go into a lube pool? Do you want to go into a lube pool? But then I'm a pretty open person, so I was like, why not? You get naked, and the weird thing about it was that it wasn't very sexy because you're slipping everywhere. You get in, you're slipping. Literally, people couldn't sit because everything was lube, so we were like constantly
But that's the
slipping
point, because
around, and
want
then they
you to
accidentally
slip on
grab your
people.
and then you accidentally hit people, and you're ooh sorry, and then after you do that, you're trying to adjust yourself, and you slip even more down to the other boys, slipping
But
into
how
people.
many people were in that pool?
Like 6 or 7 at a time.
So it wasn't that many people.
So they rotate.
They have different pods.
So then those people, and then they would have their fill, or someone would come up and be like, I want to go. And then the guy, the organizer, the owner would be like, okay, you've been here long enough, go into the next pool.
Wait, they have an instructor like telling you which one you should.
Yeah, because he was making sure, because he didn't want everyone in the pool. He also didn't actually want people to finish in the pool. It has stuck in my mind as, obviously, even to this day, for being a very unique experience that I have never encountered ever before.
But I can tell you a story about that place we went together.
So then we went again another time, and
The
it was a
second time, it
different.
was during winter time. They have like kotatsu.
Yeah, that was cute.
Yeah, and so we were like drinking and chatting with people, right?
But wasn't someone like jerking you off under the
Oh my
kotatsu?
god. No, we were not jerking off.
Or is it foot?
Yeah, so we were actually just, okay, give me your feet. So we were doing like, no, we were doing like this.
That's just cute.
Yeah, just like touching each other's feet. You know, then I disappear.
I know, and then he disappeared. So then we're drinking here, and we're like at the kotatsu, and then all of a sudden I realize that Meng's not there
For 30 minutes.
for 30 minutes, and then I go downstairs to get another drink, and there's one room which is like the room that can be used privately. He's nowhere in the bar, but the room is closed and locked, and I was like, And then you resurface. But the guy was cute.
Do you know that guy was actually a shoboshi, like a firefighter? That was so hot. Oh my god. He has massive chest. Like
Massive chest.
But I was actually very surprised by the place because it's also like a combination of a bar. It's
Yeah.
really like a bar. You wear like a gown on that day. I think
but
they
you're
have
naked
different-
below the gown. Do you remember when we were sitting
my
drinking
God.
and there was that really hot guy and he just had a heart on the whole time and poked out of the gown?
That's true.
I think it's kinky, that place.
It's a little bit kinky.
Yeah.
They have like different dress code. I mean, for lots of hatemba, they have like different dress code. Sometimes you wear like a suit because a lot of people are into like suits.
Do you remember the other guy with the really cute guy that I liked, and he had a really nice dick, and he was sitting down, he was hard.
Ah.
I think both of us liked him, but he just was not into us.
No, I think he was
he was
like very
and
into
he was
their white.
he was jerking. Yeah, was it the white guy? It was an older white guy.
And he doesn't speak any Japanese. He was just there on vacation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I didn't even know how he find that place.
That's true, because that is a hard. Like you need to know Japanese, and that's
You have to have some intel to
yes,
get in.
intel. You have to dig. You know.
I'm wondering if we do like a handbook of all the hatemba.
Yeah.
If
Would
we
you
sell
buy it?
We
Yeah, yeah,
would sell for $5, but you buy
$5, Patreon.
PDF.
Yeah. What has been one of the most positive experiences about
Hatemba?
Yeah, like have you ever made a really good connection that's gone beyond?
No.
Never?
Every time I try to talk to people, because I'm very conversational, I would try to be like, oh, you know, like, what's your name? Like, what do you do? And Japanese people would just be like, oh, そんなにいちいち聞いてくる人はいないみたいな感じ. And they would be like, oh, you know, this is just for sex. Yeah.
But I mean, even there are some nights like even a body, it's like a night specifically geared to you are open to something beyond just sex.
They have that night before?
It's Friday.
Really?
Yeah, I'll show you. It's koi
do-
shite mo
But I'm
mondai nai
wondering,
mitaina,
then why are you still single? Yeah.
right?
But these are just advertisement, Andrew. It just put a different color.
No,
it
because
doesn't change the audience.
no, because you have like Big Dick Day, you have Young Day. These are all changing the type of people who are coming to the Hatemba. So that's why I'm saying it's possible to have these positive experiences. Even though I agree with you, I think the type of people who go to Hatemba generally just want to have sex and get out for whatever reason they have.
No, I'm actually looking for loving hatemba.
Well, then you
It's
should
just
go on
difficult.
Friday nights. That's for you. Friday nights at
Maybe after Corona.
Yeah,
after
yeah,
the
yeah.
pandemic, you know. But that actually reminds me of our experience at the place in Shinbashi. I mean,
Yeah.
it's not hatemba. It's
not
a
hatemba.
It's a bar, but it does have hatemba
elements. Yeah.
They have a dark time.
Yeah.
It's not like in a dark room. They have curtains.
The best thing about this place, and I think it's hilarious, is remember every time they do the dark time, they play a remix of Mishia,
I have no
of
idea.
everything, and it's a karaoke version. So it's like the lights go out, and then it's like, everything, but it's like you're everything, and then people are like touching each other in the dark, and then you know because like when the song ends, it's over. So it's like going out, you know it's over. I laughed so hard. The lights starting to come on, and I saw someone giving someone a blowjob and realizing, oh, the lights are coming on. So they just quickly disengage and be like, I'm fine, like nothing, I wasn't doing anything. A lot of these places I would almost define as kinky spaces. So all of us had to go in fundoshi, right?
Yeah.
Which I think in general, Japanese guys think is kind of erotic in and of itself.
Do you remember last time we went? We all thought like the dark room was gonna be the opposite side. So you want to be in the dark room, but you're actually outside the dark room.
So I was like going over to the, and then they shut the lights off, and I was like, wait, why is the light here? And then you.
I didn't want to be in the dark area.
And then everyone started touching you, right?
Yeah.
Well, it's like there's one that I haven't been to, but I've thought about going. Have you heard about it? The board game cafe where you sit naked in a towel.
Play board games together.
Yeah.
You have to take me there.
Yeah, you just sit there and like you can just go into this like bookcase and grab a game, and you come to sit and you play with someone like card games and like board games, but you're only allowed to wear a little towel.
I actually prefer this kind of places. Like, don't go all the way. And also those places do feel like a little bit more accepted than just like sex or not, because in those kind of places you face rejection all the time, right?
True.
I mean, I'm not saying you, because I
face rejection all the time. And then you leave feeling worse.
Feeling worse.
Yeah.
But like those kind of chotto eroi tokoro, like you don't feel that much of being rejected. I think that's good about it, right?
So what did you think? I hope you can take something away, learn something, or at least we're entertained by some of our stories. You could have learned something.
You cannot learn something.
Left is bottom, right is
like sleeping.
Yes,
nemachi. Right? They're not sleeping.
They're not sleeping.
I mean, guys, I know this topic is a little bit controversial. But is it? Because I feel like it's just part of life, and you need to have sex. Like it's society stigmatizing, and there's fear. If I go, what are people gonna think about me? If someone else goes, oh my God, they must be automatically A, B, D, A, B, C, D. They're whores. They're whores. I shouldn't be associated. Like it brings up all that stuff. So it is controversial. Just, it's your life. It's 2020, right? Who's gonna bash anyone enjoy themselves, like having your physical needs? Well, anyway, that's just my opinion. And let us know what you think in the comments. Please subscribe so we can keep making videos as we go forward. We need a lot of positive energy, so give it to us. See you next time. See you next time.
Bye. Bye.